As we have a fantastic battle for you here tonight on Zaleski Sports. It's a battle of the Great Northern Conference as we have a high-profile matchup between the Northland Pines Eagles and the Mosinee Indians, again right here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Connor Philippi. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a good one here for you on this Friday night hoops on Zaleski Sports as we take a look here at the Great Northern standings, as this is an important game within this conference. Rhinelander is the team that everyone's trying to chase down. Mosinee sitting at second and Northland Pines at third. Rhinelander undefeated within the conference, 8-1 overall. Mosinee is also undefeated in the conference, but sitting at 3-0, whereas Northland Pines is 3-1 and 7-3 overall. We'll take a look first here at the away team, the Northland Pines Eagles. They are 3-5 in their last 5 matchups, won their last one against Lakeland. That's one of the many common matchups that these two teams have had throughout the course of the season. Mosinee won against that same team by 14 earlier on in the year, so if you're using that as a measuring stick, that should make for a very good matchup here tonight. They lost against Wisconsin Rapids by 9, won twice, or 2 in a row I should say, versus Amherst and Auburndale. Both of those pretty solid wins. Did lose a very close one, 60-55 to Rhinelander, and so that rounds out their last 5 matchups. You're going to hear a lot of Albrecht here tonight as Milo Albrecht leads the team, 19.1 points per game. Jack Albrecht in third with 9 points per game, and sandwiching those two, Ethan Miller, the junior, with 11.5 points per game. Milo Albrecht also leads in rebounds, and Jack Albrecht leads in assists. And both of those two are also in those top threes as well. So a lot of those two. Ethan Miller second place in rebounds, and Nolan Huskamp second place in assists. So a lot of different players that can make an impact here on this Northland Pines team. As for this home Mosinee Indians team, again, 7-2, trying to gain some ground within this conference. As we take a look at this team, they are 4 of their last 5, and they have a 4-game winning streak, looking to continue that momentum here tonight. And again, an important conference matchup coming up. Braden Rinke currently leads with 21.6 points per game, and he is just around 200 shy of the 1,000-point mark. That would be impressive for a senior, but he is a junior on this team, and so it's been impressive to watch him play so far this season. And he is only one of many high-profile players on this team. Treef Stoffel with 14.2 points per game, Carson Belgord with 8.2. Rinke also leads with rebounds at 9.2 per game. Stoffel and Anderson following him in that category. And then in terms of assists, Treef Stoffel leads that category with 6.2, Rinke with 4 per game, and Tavakis with 2.2. And so again, taking a look at this Great Northern standings, this is a very good conference with a lot of great teams, and both of these two teams trying to make an impact here on Zaleski Sports. And so as there's about 2 minutes left here, 1.5 before we get to the announcement of the starting lineups and the national anthem, I'd like to remind you of a few of the sponsors that are so nice to support Zaleski Sports. First of all, Nicollet Bank. They offer personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. You can learn more at nicolletbank.com. And Mutual of Wausau Insurance. They're protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. And also Valley's Community Credit Union. For 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union has been a part of your hometown team. They are local, trusted, and strong. Valley Communities Credit Union, where community comes first. Federally insured by NCUA. So about 45 seconds left of warm-ups before we start things off. The band performing well as always, and this is a packed house on a Friday night like you would expect here in Mosinee. Great basketball culture here, and just a great depth of this program. As anyone looking at the roster here, you see that they have 3 JV teams, and that just really shows you how much this community has dedicated to basketball. As we're getting just about ready here for the national anthem, we thank you for tuning in here to Zaleski Sports. Again, Connor Philippi with you as the Mosinee school song rings throughout the confines of this field house here tonight. And I will hand things off here to the PA, who will be announcing these two teams and getting you the national anthem. Again, thank you so much for tuning in here on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Mosinee High School for tonight's conference matchup between the visiting Northland Pines Eagles and your Mosinee Indians. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hat, and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem by the Mosinee High School Pep Band.
And so without further ado, all that's left is to tip off here on Zaleski Sports. One more time, Connor Philippi with you. So thank you so much for tuning in on this Friday night. Certainly does not feel like the kind of weather you'd usually have in the middle of January and in the middle of the basketball season, but don't be fooled, there is still plenty of basketball left to play here in central Wisconsin throughout the rest of the season. Well, this will definitely have a playoff atmosphere here tonight between two high-profile teams within this conference. Ready or not, here we go. From Zaleski Sports, winning the tip-off is Northland Pines. Voida passing around the perimeter. Miller over to Elbrecht, who drives in, puts up the long-range jumper, and good right. And that was Milo with that one. Do my best to differentiate between the two of them throughout the course of the night, but it's going to be difficult because both players, their names will be called a lot. Savaitis got it over there to Miklig. Working against Voida. Driving in, outlet pass underneath the basket. The give back to him, and he will get it to rattle in. He wanted the foul there, nothing called, but still good for 2 early on here. And the kind of off-balance shot there, well defended, is off the mark. 1 minute gone now here on the Grassland scoreboard. Savaitis got it in again. Miklig with 2 more points from the paint. Both of these 2 teams boasting height and size to their lineup. Northland Pines without a single player under 6 foot on their roster, only 3 under 6 foot for Mosinee. So when I say this is a big matchup, there's multiple different meanings to that. Is beyond the perimeter, here is Miller, back out to Voida. Up top, looking for an outlet here, finds it in Jack Elbricht. And around to Huelskamp. Good defense by Ranke, puts up the 3, and that one bounces off. Trying to get some transition points here. Instead, be forced to take their time here to set something up. Again to Miklig. 3-point shot up for Savaitis, bouncing off. Rebounded by Balgort. Puts up the long 3, and he drains it. First 3-pointer of the night, and 7-2 lead for Mosinee. That one blocked out of bounds off of Mosinee, but good pressure there in the backcourt. As you see the early passion here from Matt Lindsay. You will hear him throughout the course of the night. Not many more coaches with more energy than he shows on the sideline, or the bench I should say, as that one's off the mark, rebounded nicely by Stoffel. Treve Stoffel, the head quarterback or starting quarterback of the football team. A lot of different multi-sport athletes on this team. I'll talk about that later. As Ranke gets that one into Stoffel, and then a nice pass into Ranke for 2. He gets on the board for the first time here tonight. Like I said in pregame, he is chasing 1,000, only 200 away in his junior year. Wide open jumper doesn't go, trying to poke that one back in, gets the foul, and that's going to be an and 1. Or will they call that an and 1? It'll be Ethan Miller to the line, and they do award the point, so it's an and 1 opportunity. As that one bounces off. So still 2 points here for Miller, as Savaitis was charged with the foul. That's his first of the entire night for either team. That one bouncing off. Put back, though, is good from Ranke. Trying to poke that one away. It'll create an odd rush here. Putting up the shot, almost getting another and 1 there, but still 2 shots coming as the second foul is now across the board for Mosinee. That will be against Stoffel. And shooting 2 will be Rydeski in the game for the first time. Gets the first to go. Rydeski is a junior for this team. It's a very junior-heavy team with 7 total juniors, only 2 seniors and 1 sophomore on this team. Bouncing off, so good for just 1 there. On the perimeter here, getting it over to Stoffel. Putting up the 3 off the mark. Good effort there to keep it in bounds. It was Savaitis. And then getting stood up there, almost getting the roll in. 2 shots upcoming for Stoffel on the other end of the court. Northland Pines with a fairly small team here, 10 total players on varsity, but both of these 2 teams having multiple JV teams, keeping that deep roster and plenty of players to draw from if there are any injuries. First shot was off the mark. Second shot coming, 14-13 remaining in the first half. Here on the Grassland scoreboard as that one will bounce in. First time on the board here for Stoffel. Northland Pines back on the offensive. Huel Scamp. Rydeski up top, getting it around. Three-point shot from Miller. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Balgore. Into the corner to Ranke. Stoffel now defended by Miller, getting it around to Balgore. Miklig trying to get some penetration under the basket. Can't find it. Instead, he will find Balgore for three. 2 threes for number 3 so far here tonight, as he's got 6 on the game. 13:20 to go, and a double-digit lead all of a sudden for Mosinee. Momentum continues on this side of the court as they force another errant shot. Goes out of bounds off of the Eagles. First appearance now of the game for Omar Ingram, as Savaitis will take a rest. Omar Ingram, a 6'2 senior, another one of those multi-sport athletes. Played one of his first years of football for Mosinee this last football season and made his mark instantly. Ranke will travel. It's going to be one of the two there, either a foul or a travel. And it works against Mosinee this time. Jack Elbrick staring down this Mosinee defense that has done a fantastic job so far of forcing some shots that the Eagles didn't really want to take. Here's a wide open three from the corner and drained that time by Huel Scamp. Putting this shot in, it's good. Stoffel that time. And that one will find its way in on the other side of the court. 17-10 here with 12 to go in the first half. Up top here to Stoffel, getting it over to Miklig. Quick passes along the perimeter. Ingram gets it back to Stoffel, who fakes the three. Getting it back out to Omar Ingram. Miklig up top. Good defense this go around by these Eagles. Driving in, that one also poked away. Somehow getting back the ball. That shot no good, but Ingram with the rebound. No fight in this Mosinee offense. Best way to ensure a victory is to get more than one opportunity in a game of percentages. Driving in, and foul's going to be called here against the Eagles. I believe that one was called against Huel Scamp that time. And that's going to be now 2 on the game for the Eagles. Sebastian Anderson comes in for Mosinee, and that's going to be Minks coming in for the Eagles. Miller will take the rest. And it's Miklig on the bench now for Mosinee. As that one's poked away, they're going to give possession back to the Eagles here on a nice defensive play. Eagles found themselves down double digits early on. They're trying to fight back here, down 7 now. Raucous crowd on the other end of the screen here as the shot is faked. Triple team now under a lot of pressure. Battle for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. And they'll send things back with Mosinee. Swarming defense early on here. Sebastian Anderson leads the team in points so far. Carson Balgord, my apologies, with 6 points on those 2 3-point shots. Anderson came into the game for the first time just a few moments ago. Ingram. Over to Balgord. Can't get that one to go, and it's poked out of the air by Milo Elbrecht. Trying to get some quick points here. Jack Elbrecht can't get it away. Bounces off the rim, but rebounded by Rydeski. Before he could put up the shot, loses the ball, was Minks that time. As Stoffel starts back for Mosinee. 3-point shots up, and no doubt about that one. And he's now tied up with 6 points on the game himself. With less than 10 now to go in the first, Mosinee's got another double-digit lead. Jack Elbrecht getting it over there to Rydeski. Putting up that shot against Ingram, and he nice touch against the backboard that time for Rydeski. He's got 3 on the night now. Omar Ingram faking the 3, getting it out. 3-pointers up, and the third of the night for Carson Balgord. And that's going to draw a timeout here for Northland Pines. A lot of momentum for Mosinee as they lead by 11, and we will take a step aside and be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
And welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. As it's always fun being on this side where you're behind the benches because you can hear a lot of the timeouts and what the coaches are saying. And one of the things that Tyler Clement said is you're not fighting hard enough. Underneath the basket has been huge for Mosinee so far early on. We'll see if this timeout lights a fire under this Eagles team on both sides of the ball. Double teamed here for Mosinee. As Northland Pines trying to work out of this pressure. Jack Elbrecht against Ranke. Throws it over to Voida. Rydeski now against Ingram. Up top again to Voida. Excellent perimeter defense. As Elbrecht can't get the touch on that one. That was Milo Elbrecht that time, and nice group effort there by Mosinee to keep that one in bounds. Ranke getting it out to Stoffel. Savaitis surveys. Swung around there to Anderson, lost the ball out of bounds. So there's some of that fight for Northland Pines. Another thing I heard Terry Clement talk about in that break was doing a better job of setting those screens, getting a little more of that pressure off. As again, Mosinee's been kind of running a zone defense where they've kind of just been switching back and forth along the perimeter and then kind of just collapsing in. Almost kind of that circular defense where they just expand and contract as the ball gets closer to the net. Voida loses the ball, but off of Mosinee. So an 11-point lead here for Mosinee. Balgord took the lead again in points with that third 3. Here's a 3 bouncing off the back of the rim. That was a long 3 attempt. Sometimes you have to take those chances down 11 to try and light a fire. Here's another 3. That one bouncing just off. These are not bad misses. Just not quite getting it in as back the other way. A nice there as Ranke gets it in. Didn't quite see who that pass was by, but maybe one of the football players, the way that was thrown. Voida under pressure by Miklig, gets it out. as Milo Albrecht will be charged for the foul. Charged against him, drawn by Savaikis. It's going to be against Albrecht for his first on that charge. 7:17 to go, 25-12 here on the Grassland scoreboard. Savaikis takes his time, gets it over to Stoffel. And this one, errant throw forced there. Kind of uncharacteristic there, as Mosinee looked like they were kind of taking their time, taking it easy, kind of understanding the lead they had, not wanting to do anything to relinquish that and just kind of keep a level head. And then they did exactly what they didn't want to do, throwing that over the head of the intended target. Quick pass in, and that one is denied by Miklig. Excellent block by him. He's got the ball now in a fast break situation. Going up for that one, and the putback also no good. 3 attempts there, no points, and then a foul is going to be called trying to get the ball back against Mosinee. Multiple different attempts on that shot, as it's the second of the game now against WIAA. And if my math's correct, that should be 4 total fouls against Northland Pines. I'll keep you updated on that since it was not noted on the scoreboard. That one's stolen away by Ranke back the other way. Up top to Stoffel, who fakes the 3, fakes another shot, getting it over to Miklig now. Behind the back pass, nifty there as Stoffel tried to pinball it over, and it's stolen away. Maybe he tried to get a little too cute with that one. As Hulskamp will go to the ground, it's going to be a foul called against Mosinee as Mile Albrecht is getting ready to come back into the game. Omar Ingram also coming back in. And that's now the 3rd of the game for WIAA. Excuse me, I'm all turned around. That is the 3rd of the game for Savaikis. Out of bounds here. It's going to stay with the Eagles. Just under 6 minutes left in the first half. Breaking this one out to Hulskamp under pressure from Belgord, getting it off now to Jack Albrecht. Around to the other side of the court, keeping it in play. 3-pointer for Milo Albrecht. Again off the back of that rim, but the putback is good from Ethan Miller. 4 points on the night for him so far. And we've seen some of these long-range shots from Northland Pines just, again, they are not missing by a lot, but just a little bit too strong off the rim. We'll see if they can get that going a little bit more. 3-pointer is good the other way for Mitchell Miklig. Eagles trying to work quickly off of that 3-pointer. Miklig now with 7 on the night, as that one's stolen away by Ingram now. Three-pointer the other way. That one no good. And Omar tried to save it, but just knocked it out of bounds himself. Coming back in is Ranke. He has not been taking very long of rest so far here tonight, as Stoffel will get a much-deserved rest. Stoffel, 6'5", tallest member of this Mosinee team. Getting this one in. Nice feed. I believe that was Jack Albrecht feeding Ethan Miller that time. Three the other way, bouncing off the back of the rim, rebounded by Miller. Trying to get some chunk points here for the Eagles. Find themselves down 12 with 4:10 to go. putting up that spin move and a shot, rolling off, rebounded by Reinke. Here's Miklig again, bouncing off of pressure, getting it over to Belgord. Now drive in, and the give, can't get it to go. The foul's going to be called. It will be against Northland Pines. It was a tandem of Miklig, Sebastian, and Reinke that kind of pinballed that one underneath the basket. Reinke standing at 6'4". Just a towering presence underneath the basket. Difficult to not commit that foul. That was the second for Albrecht of the game. And that is 4 total now for Northland Pines. (29-16) now here on the Grassland scoreboard. Less than 4 to go in the first half. And so that was a statistical error there for me. So I was accidentally marking Northland Pines fouls a couple times there. Voida, number 4. I accidentally had 2 fouls for him. So that is why I was curious earlier on in the game. Mitchlig with the 3, no good. That's why I was confused about the foul total, but we now have 4 for each team. 2 for Voida, 1 for Huelskamp, and 1 for Albrecht for Northland Pines. Excuse me, I'm going to say that one more time. Milo Albrecht has 2 fouls, Voida has 1, and Huelskamp has 1, and that is the correct number. And the foul going to be called now on the other side. For Mosinee, all 3 of the 4 fouls, Savaitis, and then 1 for Stoffel. So Savaitis really the only player that is in any sort of foul trouble right now, as that was the first foul now for Belgord of the night. And 5 total now for Mosinee. Still up 13 after the missed first shot. Rydeski with his second attempt here. As that one bounces off the back of the rim, rebounded by Reinke. Reinke fakes the 3, getting it back over to Stoffel, who's back in the game. Mitchlig can't get that one off the backboard. Jack Albrecht driving in under a lot of pressure, gets it to go. Finally gets on the board here as Reinke back the other way. Errant 3-point shot that time, trying to get some quick transition points here. Driving in, can't get the layup to go, and winds up in the hands of Reinke. Missed opportunity, now one the other way as it's laid in for 2. Sebastian Anderson gets on the board here tonight. Back up to a 13-point lead with 2:15 to go. Long jumper, bouncing off. And then that one's going to be against Mosinee. Off of Mosinee, I should say. Inbound coming from Albrecht. He gets it over to Huelskamp. He makes his way up top, gets it back over to Albrecht. Quick passes along the perimeter here as Huelskamp swings it to the other side now. Toss to Huelskamp. Looking for the perfect shot here late in the first half. Up top now, Miller. Huelskamp trying to get that pick. Can't do anything with it though. Thinking about that 3, had a wide open look, didn't take it there. Huelskamp now. Northland Pines almost looks like they're doing their best impression of running out the clock, so to speak. Underneath the basket now. Can't find the points after that long of a possession as Stoffel takes it down. 3-pointer will not be taken there by Sebastian. He had a wide open look. Less than a minute to go. Stoffel fakes the three. They're going to play some keep away now. Up 13, they're content with this potential score. Would love to get a few more. As this one goes up, no good. Rebounded, second chance is good from Balgord. He's got double-digit points now on the night with 11 total. Parker Schmiel will come in here as Micklig will take a break. These last 25 seconds of the first half. Jack Elbricht taking it down. We'll see if they wait for that last shot. Looked to me like Clement gave up that one signal with his hand. Three-point shot is up. Can't get it to go. Chance at one more opportunity. Three-pointers up. And Stoffel against the rim, no good. But a 15-point lead for Mosinee at home in this big matchup within the conference. And we'll head to a halftime break in a few moments here. We'll break down what happened in the first half, give you some updates from around Central Wisconsin, and preview the second half. But you're watching Mosinee and Northland Pines here on Zaleski Sports.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
It's easy.
come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
This is my home. I've grown up here. My grandparents always took very, very good care of the house. They worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. You know it's a dirty job, a big job. When I went out there expecting chaos, and I just saw people on their hands and knees, like they literally picked up everything. Whether it was garbage they left or whether it was garbage that was there. It was a top-tier experience.
And welcome back here to Zaleski Sports, as it is a 33-18 lead for Mosinee at home over Northland Pines. Before we go over this game, what happened and how each team can try and find their way into a victory, take a look at some of the other matchups we have going on throughout the state of Wisconsin. It was a wild game between Wausau West and Wausau East. As that game started at 6 o'clock, it's already over. 50-48 was the final score. Wausau West coming out on top in that one. Edgar at Abbotsford was another one that started early here, and in the last minute, Edgar going to pick up that victory. They're up 71-47 over Abbotsford. Greenwood Granton going up against Neilsville. And that's a game that started right around 7 o'clock. That one is an absolute beatdown for Neilsville. Right around the halftime break, they're up by right around 40 over Greenwood Granton. As that one was an easy win that time. Safe to say anyway that that's going to be a victory for them. Right now, Rice Lake and Eau Claire Memorial in a pretty tight matchup right now, 21-17 with 5 minutes left in the first for that number 2 ranked Rice Lake team. Definitely going to be a matchup worth monitoring there in the second half. So if that's one that you want to do split screen and watch this one and then watch that one as well, I would recommend doing that. Spash currently leading 34-14 at halftime in a pretty easy matchup so far for them. They've been one of the better teams so far this season. Wittenberg Birmingwood going up against Iowa Scandinavia. Right now, close one, 27-20 at the half. That's a girls basketball, or excuse me, that's a boys basketball matchup. Wisconsin Rapids going up against DC Everest in boys basketball. And that one, 43-26 right around halftime. And make sure you watch all the other games going on Zaleski Sports. It's been some good ones so far here tonight. We'd like to remind you that Zaleski Sports brought to you by Hoffman Learning Center. When school feels overwhelming, families need support that they can trust. Hoffman Learning Center provides personalized academic tutoring and skill development to help students feel confident, capable, and supported. Find more at HoffmanLearningCenter.com. That's HAFFERMAN LearningCenter.com. And All Roads Real Estate in Mosinee brings you a great blend of experience and knowledge with local realtors who support this community, schools, and programs. For buying, selling, renting, or commercial, let All Roads Real Estate lead you home. About 3 minutes left here of the halftime break. We'll break down kind of how this game's gone so far. It was a pretty back and forth affair for the first few points, and Mosinee ended up with a 10-point lead pretty soon after that point. And it was kind of at the start anyway, a mixture of nailing the shots they wanted to hit and also just playing a really good brand of defense on that side of the court. Three-point shots that were drained by Balgord in that first half. And you got some good transition points from Braden Ranke with some nice feeds from his teammates to him. But really that difference maker was not only getting the transition points off of those turnovers, but just forcing some bad shots for Northland Pines. Northland Pines has also just kind of been struggling from the floor in general, but they have done a really good job of really shutting down right underneath the basket. Like I've been talking about, they've been kind of playing a style of zone where they kind of expand and contract, play good perimeter defense, and then as soon as anyone tries to drive in underneath the basket, they just kind of all collapse in on that one player. And that pressure has forced some errant passes and some shots at a pretty low percentage for Northland Pines. So the Eagles have to find some way to counteract that. Early on during that timeout, Clement was talking about setting those screens and sending some good screens and getting just that extra space to shoot those shots is going to be huge. But of course, if they can get that space, they got to just find some way to shoot better from the floor in general if they're going to get back into this game. And so Mosinee just has to continue doing what they're doing, stay disciplined. Really the only times that they had any sort of risk of losing that lead in the first half was when they would throw the ball over the heads of their intended targets. It didn't happen very often, but really those are the situations where that's the one thing you can't do when you have an over 10-point lead in a game like this. And once again, take a quick look here at the Great Northern standings. Mosinee and Northland Pines are right toe-to-toe with each other in second and third place within this conference, trying to chase down the 4-0 in the conference Rhinelander, who is 8-1 overall. They're the only team in this conference that has a better winning streak than Mosinee does. Mosinee with 4 in a row, Rhinelander with 5. Northland Pines 3-1 within the conference, and so if they could find a way to come back and win this one, it would be huge for them, as that would put them ahead of Mosinee in the standings right now. But like I said, a lot of game still have to play, a lot of season still left to play for both of these teams. As I quickly say a prayer for my laptop and we get started here for the second half. 33-18 to start the second half, as that's a ball out of bounds. Immediate throw-in upcoming here for Northland Pines. Jack Elbricht getting this one out into the corner. Three-pointer's up, and that's another one of those bad shots that Mosinee has been forcing. That was just one that you need to keep your eyes across the court. It's got to be someone you can find than putting that shot up, but Savaitis getting it over to Stoffel. That one poked away as Miller gets it. Here is Hulskamp, who gets it around to Voida. Again, Savaitis here. He'll hand it off to Elbricht. That's Jack Elbricht. Northland Pines trying to use some more motion to get past this Mosinee defense, and it forces a travel now. Those are the mistakes you can't afford trying to mount a comeback here. Balgord will take it down. Tossing it over to Savaitis. Nice feed in underneath the basket, and getting that one to go. Over the shoulder for Savaitis. A nice play from start to finish. And Savaitis gets his first points of the night. That one's stolen away by Stoffel. Stoffel under some pressure here by Milo Elbricht. Got it into Ranke. Now trying to go up for that shot was Miklig. He's going to get the foul drawn that time. And so Miklig heading to the line. First foul of the half. That'll be the first foul of the game from Ethan Miller. So that one will rattle out. Jack Elbricht getting battle orders from his coach over there by the bench as that one finds its way in. That is now 8 points on the game for Miklig, as Northland Pines trying to respond here. All of a sudden down 18. Hulskamp getting it over to Jack Elbricht. Tries to drive under the basket. This time gets it to go off the touch. That is one thing that Mosinee's done so well early on in the game, is shutting down the Elbrichts. Only 6 combined points between the two of them, and they have been the first and third best players on the team in points per game. Savaitis up top, over to Balgord now. Ranke trying to get underneath the basket. He gets it to go there. 8 points now for him tonight. Most of his work has been both in transition, getting past that defense off of turnovers and quick rebounds, and then getting underneath the basket for shots like that. As Miller now working against Ranke. Getting this one up to Jack Albrecht, who drives in for what was a wide open layup but was missed. Balgord ends up with it. Savaitis now finding Miklig. Almost an errant pass there. Shot no good. Northland Pines did a good job under the basket with the defense there. But then losing it out of bounds. It was off Mosinee though. Already 3 minutes gone in this second half. Only one foul committed. Voida trying to drive in here. Pumping it back out here. Jack Albrecht thought about the three. Instead, we'll get it over to Voida. Voida back over to Albrecht. Can't get it to go. Going to the ground there was Savaitis. Nothing called. Has Stoffel back the other way. Mosinee comfortable right now. 18-point lead and make it 20. Off another set of points, I should say, by Ranke. He's got 10. Double digits for him. The second player now to do it after Balgord got that in the first. Stoffel finds Ranke. Back around, three-pointer is up. Bouncing just off by Balgord. About as close as you can get. He'll scamp. Back around here to Milo Albrecht. Three-point shot is up. Bouncing off. Northland Pines non-existent from beyond the arc so far here tonight. Only one three-point shot made compared to Mosinee's 5. Mosinee up by twice the score here. 13.5 to go. Stoffel over to Ranke. Into the corner to Miklig. Faking that three. Savaitis trying to drive in. Outlet back out to Balgord. Mosinee just fine with some long possessions here, trying to put up that shot. And when you're being triple teamed like that, really nothing left to do but foul. Heading to the line will be Miklig, as pretty much an entire changing of the guard happening here for Northland Pines. And we see that as Northland Pines with 10 total players, they basically just took one half out for the other half. As that one will bank its way in for Stoffel. Stoffel with 8 now on the night. He's got Rydiski, Minks, Weberg, Karenin, and Byer in right now for Northland Pines. That's going to be a push called now against Minks for his first foul of the game. And 3 now for Northland Pines. Mosinee's made it over 5 minutes in this half without committing a foul. And staying composed is huge in these situations to just keep padding this lead. And again, they've been very comfortable with taking their time on these possessions. Miklig drives in. He goes up for it. Double teamed there, nothing called. And the rebound by Weberg. Karenin around to Rydeski. Under pressure from Ingram. Driving in here is Karenin. Puts up a shot that hits the side of the backboard. Faking this three. Savaitis drives in, puts up the layup. Less than 12 to go here. As Byer tries to drive in, he puts up the layup, and that one bounces off. Nothing falling here for the Eagles. Miklig, the left-handed shot goes in. He's got double digits now on the night. 1-3, 2-2 is in that free throw. So that one bouncing off, rebounded again by Ranke. Mosinee pouring it on as Ranke gets it around. Miklig around to Balgord. Miklig now fakes the three. Around to Savaitis. Puts up the long three, bouncing off the putback, also no good. The second opportunity for Ranke goes in. "12 points for Ranke on the night. On the outside here is Byer, working against Ranke. And a foul going to be called there, the first of the game, or excuse me, of the half for Mosinee, and the first of the game for Ranke. Coming in here, Stoffel back in. And Will Harris getting an opportunity here, the youngest player on the team, the only sophomore on the team, only player younger than a junior on this entire squad with a lot of seniority on it. Will Harris now with the ball, tossed it over now to Balgord as Stoffel drives in now. Fadeaway shot, doesn't go. Ingram with the rebound though. Back around to Miklig. Stoffel fakes the three, he drives. Miklig now is the one to take the three, bouncing off. Rebounded by Jack Albert. Under 10 to go now in the game. Putting up that three off the front of the rim, Miklig rebounds. Faking that for Stoffel. Miklig thought about that three, didn't take it that time. Three-point shot up for Harris, bouncing just off. Bench was excited about that one, but didn't quite happen. Going to the ground there, and oh no. Foul is called. And that does not look good as Miklig went down. He's holding his ankle as the court will clear here. And we will step aside here as they tend to the injured player on Zaleski Sports.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Well, we welcome you back here to Zaleski Sports, as fortunately did not look good for Mitchell Miklig, as he was not just helped off the court, he was pretty much carried off. Could not put any pressure at all on his ankle to the point where he wasn't even putting pressure on the one that wasn't injured. He was just being completely helped off by two people, and so nothing but the best there for Miklig, as hopefully it is not as severe of an injury as it looked like it was. Especially this late in the game, this kind of score, it just is such an unfortunate situation. 3-point shot's up. That one bouncing off as Stoffel gets the rebound. We'll doubt we'll get any sort of updates by the end of the game, but see if we'll get you any updates by the next time Mosinee plays. And again, nothing but the best for him. As Reinke will be double teamed here. Stoffel drives in, and that's going to be a charge called that time. And that's just what you like to call that 6'4" effect, is sometimes you just have that height and size to you. You're going to draw those fouls sometimes, as there'll be another Northland Pines possession here. From home projects, home repair to sporting goods, rental services, and automotive, no matter your need, turn to Charlie's Hardware. Charlie's Hardware of Mosinee to get the job done. Leave it to Charlie's Hardware, because you have work to do. Now Elbrecht getting it over to Jack. Spin move, 3-point shots up, and that one bouncing just off. Rebounded there by Reinke. All the way down the court here. And then Reinke ends up with it, driving in, and that's going to be a foul called against the defense, as Reinke was able to draw the contact. It was close, but it's going to be a foul called against Northland Pines. Opportunity for an and one here. 14 points on the night for Reinke. He can make it 15 with this free throw. Balgore will come in for Will Harris, who gets a round of applause. .803 to go here, as it is indeed a 3-point play here, as Reinke's got 15 on the game. Up top here is Rydeski. Faking that one, back to Rydeski. 3-point shot is up and off the mark. Rebounded there by Sebastian Anderson. From residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Give them a call or find them online at newtonelec.com as that one bounces in. Treve Stoffel gets it to go. 13 points on the night for him, as that one will be called as a foul. 7:24 to go here on the Grassland scoreboard. Sherrill Tire and Auto Service is where you'll get your car done right. From oil changes and tires to brakes, engine trouble, and more. Look to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. That shot bounces in. Ashton Reedy coming into the game for the first time. He's a 6'4" senior. Tied with Reinke for the second tallest player on the court. As this second shot will go in. Weberg will come in here for the Eagles. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Driving in is Stoffel. Swung back around up top to Belgord. Led the team in scoring in the first half with 11. And foul called there as Reinke will go back to the line. Start a job making the money you need. With flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and with full-time benefits that start on day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. This one will find its way in. Bouncing in there. $17 points on the night for Reinke as that one bounces out. Put back, though, is good. that time for Aiden Minks. Express Employment brings you Zaleski Sports. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals with locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. Getting this one underneath the basket is Braden Ranke. 19 now on the night, trying to hit that 20 mark by game's end as this one will bounce off. And then getting hit in the face there. And that, can't say that looked intentional to me. Obviously it doesn't matter, as that's going to be a foul either way, but just for the moral sake of it, I don't see that as being intentional, but it did cause a nasty nosebleed there for Ranke, who will come off the court. And with this unpredictable Wisconsin weather, make sure you are not too hot or not too cold. Turn to Four Seasons Heating and Cooling in Cronenwetter for all of your AC and heating needs. Commercial or residential for new units or repair, call Four Seasons Heating and Cooling in Cronenwetter. As I talked about earlier, it really feels like it is playoff basketball in here, not just from the atmosphere, but because it feels like the temperature would be in March, maybe even early April. And yeah, here we are in early to mid-January as the three-point shot's up and drained there by Ashton Reedy. Off the bench, he makes his mark as he drained that one. Backers Family Chiropractic in Rothschild provides personalized chiropractic care no matter what issue your body is battling, from migraines and anxiety to stress or a wide variety of youth issues. Let Backers Family Chiropractic give you the life you deserve. There's always one ad read throughout the course of the night, as this one will not quite roll in. That one looks good and hit the back of the backboard and head right back Northland Pines way. Infinity Exteriors is installing peace of mind with roofing, siding, and windows built to last. They're saving your communities from unscrupulous contractors, and they guarantee quality that you can trust. Up top here for Northland Pines, three-point shots up by Rydeski, and he drains it. Northland Pines feels like a little bit too late, but this is the kind of shooting that they wanted to be able to do all game long. And they're just finding their shot now. Thankfully for them, feels like this has just kind of been one of those games for them. It's not really a reflection of how their season's gone so far. It's just sometimes you just can't quite find the net. As Omar Ingram can't quite slam it down. The entire stadium just seemed like they were leaning in, wanting that to happen, and Omar Ingram just too disciplined. Had a great conversation with him, interviewing him after the football game where he's got a touchdown and some big plays. He is a very energetic, enthusiastic, and just a great young man in general. Cares more about the teams he plays for than anyone you can imagine, besides maybe head coach Matt Lindsay, who is just as animated now, 62-27, as he was when the game started. He loves this team and this organization. This community loves him back. As this shot goes up for Omar Ingram. He's one of those players where you won't see the same points on the score sheet as other players, but you'll certainly see his impact on the court. Stolen plenty so far today, got some assists. Three-pointer up, and that one will bank in for Weberg. 6'2" junior gets some points here tonight. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. And that one will bank its way in. Foul's called. As Minks was the one to get it in. Was he called with the foul, actually? Was that called after the shot went in? Because they're going to go to the other side of the court with that bonus and shoot shots now. I'm a little confused on what that foul came from. Was it personal foul or what? But either way, it's going to be Balgord to shoot the free throws. Just the one actually for now, because it's a 1-and-1. Either way, 3:22 to go here on the Grassland scoreboard as that first shot will find its way in. Up top here for Northland Pines. That shot bouncing up and no good. And then a foul called. And will be against Ingram for his first of the night. Coming in here is Brady Black, as Stoffel will head to the bench. Also, Parker Schmiel back in the game as he got a little bit of a stint at the end of the first half. He'll get another opportunity here in the last 3 minutes. Brady Black's a senior, 6'3". Balgord will take it down, working against Karanen. That one gets stolen away by Byer. Byer fakes the three, spin move, outlet back out to Weberg, and that one is drained. Christopher Martin, by the way, is in here for Mosinee. Stevens Point Orthopedics is proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this winter. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule an appointment. That's 715-344-0701. And one more thank you to all the sponsors that support Zaleski Sports, as we also will remind you to stay tuned for the Merrill Steel post-game show after the conclusion of the game. Omar Ingram into the corner. Is that one bouncing off, and it will stay on this side of the court. Ashton Wing came into the game as well. I didn't even notice. He's also a senior, 6 foot. Schmiel getting it out to Ingram. Ingram spin move, and he will travel as he goes to the ground. And if you're joining us after a break or just joining us now, unfortunately, Mitchell Micklig was helped off of the court on the left side of your screen about 5 minutes ago in the game, maybe a little earlier. And he went down with looks like an ankle injury, as thrown to the ground there. Like Brady Black just kind of knocked Minks onto the ground. Looked pretty hard there, as the refs are going to talk about this. Well, Micklig, like I said, off the court, he was unable to put any weight on his foot at all. He was helped off and has not been back, obviously. But it looks like they called that a technical foul here against Brady Black. And the two of them kind of sharing some smirks back and forth. And so hoping that kind of the conclusion of all that ended up being at least a little bit good-natured. But still, that kind of contact has to result in a technical foul as this first shot goes in. As that one will find its way in as well. Coming back in, Reedy and Will Harris, as Omar Ingram and Schmiel will head out. Also, Brady Black, who just committed the foul, will come out as well. And so we have Anderson, Harris, Wing, Martin in the game, as this one will roll in, as well as Reedy also in, as your 5 here on the court. 1:30 to go here. Into the corner here, Christopher Martin. Bounce stolen away. Weberg trying to work his way back with it. That's stolen right back, and now switch of possessions, about 3 different possession changes in a few seconds, as that one eventually winds up in off the hand of Minks. As we come up on the last minute here, Northland Pines is going to end up falling to 7-4 on the season, and Mosinee will improve to 8-2 as they will gain some more ground in the conference. The foul's going to be called there. 48 seconds left to go. Rydeski on the other side of the floor. That one, a pop-up grabbed by Byer out of there and too strong off the backboard. Put-back attempt is going to find its way in. Looks like that was Miller who got it to go. Last 20 seconds now. Into the corner, three-pointers up and just bouncing out. That one looked like it almost went more in than out and still didn't find its way in. Last 10 seconds here. Trying to get one more point out of it. That one blocked away nicely there by Will Harris, and he will dribble it out here as we have our final 65-45 as the Mosinee improves to 8-2. Stay tuned for our Merrill Steel postgame show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
We're going to tell all of our viewers about Mitten's Rusted and Busted trade-in sale, which reminds me of a funny story.
Folks, Tim's saying that Mittens is paying its customers to get rid of their old furniture and buy new.
This January's Rusted and Busted promotion is so huge. Do you think we could make it any bigger?
I don't think so, Tim.
Hey, do you think Jill will let me buy a brand new Lazy Boy power recliner, or should I build one myself?
Well, Tim, the stars are telling me that buying one from Mittens would be a safer decision.
The littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
Welcome back here to Mosinee, Wisconsin, as Mosinee picks up another big home win within their conference as well. I'm here, of course, with Carson Belgord to my left, and to my right, I have head coach Matt Lindsay. I'll start off with your first, coach. It felt like the entire game, this team was just a little bit off balance. You were forcing some kind of low percentage shots. They just never really looked comfortable, and that kind of led to the dominant win you had here tonight. Talk about what you did defensively to just have this much success, especially on that side of the court.
Yeah. These guys every day have Dave's defense, every day in practice, where right now Coach Harris is living rent-free in their head, talking about being in that gap and being active and getting in, helping, recovering. So it's really nice to see what we're doing in practice every day is translating to games, and those guys are really stepping up to the expectations that Coach Harris has for them.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. I'll hand things over to you now. Congratulations on the win. I want you to talk a little bit just about kind of the multifaceted approach this team has. You know, you've been able to score a lot of different ways. Of course, tonight it was by the 3-ball, but kind of throughout your high school career, how has the preparation you've had leading up to this point kind of put you in good positions for success?
Well, I think the preparation's been huge. All of us, we love basketball. We've been playing together. We play all summer, play all spring. We play together all the time. We got great chemistry. So I just know, like, every day, if I'm open, if they'll find me, and if I can hit my shots, we have a good chance to win.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure you know what to do next.
I'm Carson Belgord, and I'm in the house.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff, because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.